equation of circle, part 2. In the first part, I have already introduced if we know the center of a circle, for example 3 and 2, and the radius is equal to 1. We know how to find the equation of circle by using center radius form, which is x minus x coordinate of center plus y minus 2 square is equal to r square. And we'll call this is the center radius form of the equation of circle. Maybe some of you also want to expand it. For example, I know when I expand this 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 1. And we arrange the order in descending power. So we can write down x squared first and y squared and negative 6x. This is y. So the answer is x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 4y, and move all the constant term to the left hand side and simplify it, which is equal to plus 9 plus 4 minus 1 is equal to 0. In this case, this is also the equation of circle, but represented by another form, which is called the general form. And I haven't simplified this term because what I want to introduce in this video is that if I know the general form, my concern is, can we find the coordinate of center and the radius? So if this is the general form, I can see this 3 when you expand it. This is the x coordinate of center, which is related to not only the constant term but also the coefficient of x. This 3, so we have 6x and then this one 6x. How about y coordinate of center? If you expand it, which is related to the coefficient of y. So not very difficult to observe. If this is the general form, how can we find the center? For example, I know this is negative 6x. What is the values of the x coordinate of the center? We use negative 6 divided by negative 2. Then you can find the relationship between them. How about the y coordinate of center? This is negative 4 and this is 2. Same idea. If we have the general form, how can we find the y coordinate of center? By considering the coefficient of y divided by negative 2. So divided by negative 2 is equal to 3, divided by negative 2, which is equal to 2. And how about the radius? You can observe this is the radius in the center radius form. If we expand it and then move to the left hand side, if I know the general form, that means I know the values of this term is equal to, if you simplify it, this is equal to 12. This 12 is equal to 9 plus 4 minus 1 square. This 1 square is the the radius of the circle. How about this 9? How about this 4? Can you see this 9 is the square of the x coordinate of center. And then this 4 is come from the square of the y coordinate of the center. So if I call this term is f, x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 12. I know f is equal to square of x coordinate of center plus square of the y coordinate of center minus r square. Interchange the order. I know r square is equal to 9 plus 4 minus 12. So 1 is equal to square root of 3 square plus 2 square minus 12. So what I want to emphasize that if I know the values of the constant term in the general form, and if I also know the x coordinate of center and y coordinate of center, I can find the radius back. If you want to see the formal proof, formal relationship between hk and r, you may refer to the following part. Then, remember, if we have the general form, remember in general, we'll call, what is the mere general form? If the circle, the equation like this, expand all the terms and rearrange the order according to descending power of x and y. How to find the center? Negative d over 2. How about y coordinate of center? Negative e over 2. That means the coefficient of y. How about radius? Radius is equal to square root of h squared plus k squared. Remember, what is the meaning of hk? Is the x coordinate of center and y coordinate of center minus f. Remember, minus f. That means what is the values of f? Is the whole term. I want to use class practice 3 to demonstrate. Center. This is the equation of circle. What is the coefficient of x? We do not have x term. That means the coefficient of x is equal to 0. So it's 0 over negative 2. Negative 8 over negative 2. So simplify it, which is equal to 0 and 4. Remember, this is h and this is k. How about radius? The square root of 0 square plus 4 square minus, remember, it's minus f, is negative 9. So this is equal to square root of 16 plus 9 is equal to 25, is equal to 5. Remember, what is f? It's the whole term of the constant including the sign. So this is negative 9. So minus f. How about b? Same. Divided by negative 2 is negative 2 and negative 3. And square root of negative 2 square plus negative 3 square minus negative 87. So the final answer is square root of 100 is 10. Try to finish C and D. And then example 7.5. Pause the video and check. After you finish, you may check the answer. 1C, the x coordinate of center is negative 4 and positive 6. Square root of 16 plus 3, 6 minus 43, which is equal to 9. How about D? What's your strategy? How can you find the center? Maybe you will find the coefficient of x is equal to 0, the coefficient of y is also equal to 0, 0 over negative 2, blah, blah, blah. But if I were you, can you recognize this is center radius form? Remember, if after you learn how to find the center and radius in the general form, remember, if you see the center radius form, you do not need to expand it and then change the format. Example 7.5. Given the equation of circle, x squared plus y squared minus 12x minus 45 is equal to 0. Determine P04 upon inside circle or outside circle. You need to remember, if you need to determine the point inside circle or outside circle, the basic method. Find the coordinate of center and radius. Compare the distance between center and point P. If the distance, which is equal to the square root of 52, less than the radius, then P is inside the circle. Because the radius is equal to 9, and CP is equal to the square root of 52 only. So point P is inside the circle.